Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, I want to welcome you all to another episode of Let's Get Uncomfortable. Listen, this is a special edition. Listen, I had my mother's 80th birthday this weekend, and my family came in town, so I wanted to get them in on the conversation.
I'm just so you know, and we got...
I'm Ant.
I'm EJ Brown.
And I'm Tippy Pearson.
Let's go. The topic for the day is the difference between love, lust, and long-term compatibility. What are your thoughts?
When I think of love, I think of like love. Hold on.
Which one you be having? You be loving or lusting?
I might start out lusting because the body is the face. That's what's gonna be attracting to the person at the gate.
They physical.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's
Once I
man.
see that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I like the body already. Now I gotta see how the mindset is.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, like once I get past that,
Then
like,
it's all about compatibility after you find out. how
Why
good
got
the
to be
body
about the body?
Cause
We
if I can't
physical.
wake up to you, I ain't gonna want to.
is. Facts.
But why it got to be always about the body? Get to know the person.
But how you gonna get past knowing the person? So if you walk up, you come across a person that look like Biggie Smalls, would you fall in love with a person like Biggie Smalls?
Depends on the personality. Talk to them. Get to know them.
See, that's
that's
the beauty
hard.
about a
That's
woman.
hard.
See, a woman knows how to look at the details.
Yeah,
You know,
Of course.
they know how to look at
just think about it. You're not going to be young forever.
that's true. That's true.
Think about that.
Okay,
But
then
no-
you gotta look at the parents then. You know what I'm saying? If the parents body like that.
You got to get to know the person regardless of their size.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, they got to
Looks
get past.
looks not going to last forever.
Because they do fade. They do fade.
And
But
now they got
that's the first thing you see on a person, though.
Yes.
Looks
That's the
like
first
this
thing
is
you see on a
divided.
person,
Yeah.
though. Is their physical.
Yes.
Yes, but give that person a chance. I mean, it's more to
Depending on what kind of chance you giving them. Are you getting a chance to just meet them as a friend, and then it turns into something else? That's
If you
understood.
look
Okay,
for love,
so-
that
So
matters.
what is, when you first see someone, how do you know if you want to give them your number or not?
I mean, first you got to be attracted to them, of course, but a
There you
body
go.
has nothing to do with it. I mean, beauty is
So-
within, handsome is within.
So can you talk to a person with no teeth in their mouth?
I can because I can go, once I talk to them and get to know them, if I'm going to be in a relationship with them, I know how to send them to a dentist.
Okay.
You know
You
what?
gonna put them on your insurance. That's cool.
I can do that too.
But we got to get there first.
Yeah.
We got to get there first. So something has to attract me to them.
Yeah.
Whether I've seen them interacting with somebody else and I know this person move, how they are.
So you look at compatibility first, then you go into
So,
how they
hold
look
on,
and
hold
Yes,
everything.
because you got to
Where
like
do you
a
start
person.
at?
Hold on.
We start at the physical. We gotta make sure you look right first,
Okay, you can
and
look.
then we evolve
You
to
gonna-
accountability. I mean, to compatibility
I'm
and see
thinking,
what is it about you that was gonna make us stay. But
But you got
guys,
to like
y'all
a
looking-
person too.
But you gotta like a person when you first see them too. I wouldn't walk to a gargoyle
The
and say,
beautiful
"Hey,
person in the
you know, if
world.
she's a gargoyle."
What's
I
the
wouldn't- I
song?
don't
The
think
beautiful
she'll make
person
it
in the
past.
world can be what?
what? Tell me.
You never heard the song?
No. I'll be the
That's
first one.
before us.
That was before y'all, so I can
This
teach y'all some
auntie
stuff
right here,
up
this
here.
auntie right here,
Okay,
this the voice
I
of
can teach
wisdom
you
right
some
here.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know, first you got to like the person.
Yeah.
Just because you see the beauty, but once you start talking to this person, the mindset may not even be there.
But
So
that
they're
could-
beautiful people, but they are ugly
that
on the
depends on
inside.
person.
You know what?
That
the
depends
way,
on
the way
person,
you
place,
talking,
and
mommy,
thing.
is like you'll talk to somebody off a dating site.
No,
Cause you ain't seen them. You just texting back and forth, back and forth.
no, this is seeing a person in person.
So if someone came to you
I don't
in
believe in
Walmart,
dating sites. A person can
Oh,
come
that's
up
right,
to
we
you and
grew up
just
like
say, hi, grow up or not.
Yeah.
You're going to get to meet the person eventually. And if you're going to go on a dating site, it may not be that person you meet in person.
But at the same, okay.
Catfish, you heard of the show Catfish?
Let's start off with in sequence then. Okay. So the first thing you're gonna see a person they're interested in, and they're going to say something to you like, "Hey, I want to take you out." Do you look at them and size them up and say if you want to take them out, or do you just say, "Hey, yes, I want to take you out because I want to see a deeper part of you. I want to understand more about you internally before I really decide if I want to continue dating you." It's something that has to be. It has to be some form of a wall for someone to just come into your life. So in order to come in your life, you have to look at something. They have to make it past some kind of standards or something to be even to entertain what they have to say.
That's
and
if
for
you're
us,
interested.
And for us, if we're interested and we're looking for wives out there, right? We're looking for wives and somebody potentially that's gonna be with us. The first thing we're gonna see is how do you look? Because think about it, what man really wants to have an unattractive wife when they know that they totally can have a more beautiful wife than what they're looking at. They're not.
You gotta have standards.
Right,
you
but those standards is that first veil that they have to go past before they can have even entertain a conversation with you. And with men, we look physical first. You guys don't just look into like his soul and say, "Hey, I want to keep dating him." No, you say, "Okay, he's attractive. He seems like a nice guy. So since he seems like a nice guy, you know what? I'll let him take me out." So it has to be that standard up front. So then once you date him and then you have that conversation with him, then it's like, okay, he looked like he's compatible with what I have going on in my life. And then from that point, that's where the turn on comes on, because I know when I see an intelligent woman talking to me at a table that can hold a conversation with me on different levels, that's automatically a turn on. So now you got the lust coming in. So now you got the physical, she's fine. Plus, she has a mind. 2, now I'm attracted to you.
But do you like her?
But yes, you have to like her in order to be attractively turned on sometimes, because it could be somebody really, really pretty, but if their attitude is crazy, it's like a turnoff. It's like it won't work. It's like you know, why is he even here? You know, it's an energy killer. When people are like that, it's an energy robber. It's just like a woman. A woman is not going to work out if that the man can say the wrong thing and just completely just turn you off. You don't even want to say nothing else to him. You know, and the same thing happens with us men. Well, us unthirsty men, the men that are not thirsty.
My point, I was gonna say you're thirsty because you're looking for something that's got to be a Barbie doll. I mean, social media. I know
you're looking at the same body. All these women got the same body.
No, all these women don't have the same body because they doing stomach tucks, breast reduction,
that's because they're not proportionate. I think it's some people with those.
You are looking for the perfect woman, and you're not gonna find her.
You know
physical,
what?
You're not gonna find her.
Hey, black women though, black women are beautiful. To be honest, black women are beautiful. You got every shade. You got the ones that's made like an ice cream cone. You know, little legs.
The one you don't want.
You got the ones that's built on the bottom and small at the top. You got the ones that, to me, I think a woman can gain weight or lose weight as long as they're proportionate. Now, if you're proportionate, your hips are where they need to go, the weight goes where it needs to be distributed, I can deal with that. But if you're small and then when you gain a few pounds, your booty is on your back, or you slunching over like Notre Dame, no, that's not gonna work, because now I'm looking at myself getting old with the hunchback of Notre Dame,
So you're not falling in love with that.
No,
It's
gonna end up tainting. It's gonna end up influencing something, a bad spirit in me that I don't want to. It's gonna influence something that I don't want to do because
now
I'm not
what
getting
happened?
it home.
Okay, you in great shape. Okay, this lady that you attracted to may be in great shape. Okay, you're connected. So how you think the woman feel that later on in life, God forbid, that something happened to you now, and then she's looking at you a totally different way and not in love with you anymore. She don't want to be with you because you're not the person that she met.
That's cool.
And normally,
but
how you gonna find something else in a wheelchair?
But real talk, that's on that individual though.
Wheelchair date. Somebody gonna like you.
But see, the thing is, what people, you got to realize that as you go through a relationship, you learn things about yourself. You learn what things you can tolerate, what things you can't tolerate. And in order you actually being in a situation, that's how you really learn and say, you know what, I thought I can deal with this, but I can't really deal with this in the long term. You know, like if you find somebody that's small, you like, I'm not shallow, I love this person, yes. But then as it transpires into happen, it actually happens, you're like, oh man, this is affecting me more than I thought it really would.
Your deal breaker.
Yes, and then it's hard to even even talk to a woman about anything that's sensitive. Hey, baby, you know what? Matter of fact, I told my last girlfriend, hey, I need you to start going to the gym. I tried to be, nice about how I did it, but she told me that I wasn't, that if you ain't gonna go with me, I ain't gonna go. And a lot of people tell me you have to get the woman started. You got to go in there and get them started. But no, I disagree.
Thank you, Aunt. You do.
I disagree. The reason why I disagree, because it shouldn't take for me to tell you that you losing it a little bit. If I tell you losing it,
stereotyping.
If your man tell you that issue and you know you keep yourself together, it shouldn't be in regards to him to change. You should look at yourself and be like, hey, you know what? I want to snap back to what I'm doing. It's like,
guys,
you gotta be a self-motivator. You can't. If I wasn't there, that means that you would let yourself go, and that's a bad thing to think about. If you feel like if you're not there, your woman will let certain things go. She got to be mentally strong already. So like, if I say something like that, it should be okay. Let me start working on that. If she's not mentally strong, that is a turnoff. A woman should be some kind of incentive to want to do for themselves, especially if they have a man that they're attracted in a certain kind of way, and then they see themselves slipping, and they man, which is attractive, still going out in the world around different people.
Okay, calm down. I get what you're saying.
I'm just trying to.
It's touching him.
No,
I'm just saying.
It's touching his heart.
No,
okay.
no.
So that made me feel like you was less than her body. You didn't fall in love with her. So she could have been big as a house, and you still should be able to love her. And you should put it in a way, okay, babe, I want you to go to the gym because I want you heart healthy, not because you're fat. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
And go in the beginning, go with her. Yeah. Not saying that you have to go every time, but if you're encouraging her to go,
sometimes
you go with her.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, not all the time.
And like, you gotta switch that off in the house too, though. You just can't be eating fried chicken and like you can't be eating fried this and fried that. Especially if you want to lose weight, switch it off to a salad. Do more fruit. You gotta help her too, though. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be both ways.
That's true.
I'm sorry if you talk to someone that's a trainer is not gonna go out there and find an obese woman. Like a trainer is gonna go deal with somebody that works out too, that keeps themselves up. But if that's compatibility. Now we're talking about compatibility in that case. Then and the compatibility, if your mindset saying that person has to be physically there to get you going on something that is essential to your health, then that means you don't have a strong enough mind to be able to take initiative without me. And if you can't do that, how can you be my helpmate if you can't even be the person?
If it's health-wise, yes. Health-wise,
that's what it is. It's health. It's health.
Not because if she may be a size 12 and you want a 6.
I don't even know that size.
Yeah, but yes. But that's
I don't know them size.
But then that's
but I hear what y'all saying, though.
That's less than over physical.
I hear.
So you got to love that person. So that's
but
that love.
like,
that's that love.
But you have to learn about yourself first and what you can deal with, what you can't deal with, what you like and what you dislike in order to be the perfect person for who's going to manifest into your life.
You're not going to be that perfect person. You're not going to meet a perfect person because there's no perfect person. We all have our flaws.
It's an 80-20, but still, some women, that's the perfect person for you. You know, when you marry your husband, your wife, that's the perfect person for you now.
It's the perfect person for you there, but she still have her flaws.
No,
she's not perfect.
Right, she's not perfect as like she's Jesus, but she's perfect for you. Every woman is not perfect for everybody.
Somewhere.
But that's life. That's how you grow together.
Right, that's life. But you can't
but certain
just sit
flaws
there
you can't deal with.
For a person that's a size 6.
I done seen people get married just
You're not going to find all 6s.
I done seen people get married just because.
Hey, I deal with mostly strong 8s and 9s because the 10s are slow.
And that's what they wrong with just getting.
Well, get you a 14 then.
That's not gonna be a lifelong commitment, compatibility right there. We get married just because.
Just because. They've been together for years and they feel like it's the right thing.
Well, if they've been together for years, they should. But because you don't wasted that woman's life. I mean, if you've been together for.
Right.
But why are you still together?
Okay, how about this? How about this, you guys?
Or comfortable.
You remember when we talked? You remember when we talked about might as well wives and might as well husbands?
Yeah, because they've been around.
Yeah, and
might as well.
And a might as well wife is that wife that's been there with you, looked out for you, came through the struggle with you, that know you. But so the man decides to just marry you because he might as well. Yeah. You got his kids already. You're already helping him out already. But a man will settle for that when options begin to slow down as you get older, as you get tired of
pressure too, though.
Yeah.
That can be what?
Peer pressure.
What, to get married?
I'm saying like,
From who?
like, huh?
From who?
Both ends. Both ends.
Pressuring each other to get married, or one pressuring to marry and one don't want to get married?
They can be like, okay, they could be like, we done been together this long, we don't see nothing else. What else to do? They got kids together. What's the next move?
Right.
Your next move should be to marry that person.
They don't want to separate.
Exactly.
They don't want to face child support.
I mean, you have kids with the lady.
But let me give you another scenario.
People slip up all the time.
No, we're not talking about slipping up. We're talking about in a relationship that's been together for a long time. You're living together.
Yeah.
And this man's well.
And this man has cheated. He done did everything in the world. But that girl is still right there by his side. So he's like, I might as well marry her. She's been there when I cheated, when I did
Let
this,
me
I
ask
had
this
other
question,
babies.
and I hope I'm not off the topic. I'll say, if you with this woman for 15 years, you all have 2 kids.
Might as well marry her.
Why not marry her?
See, that's what I'm saying.
She was good enough for you to have kids with. Why she's not good enough for you to marry?
The point is that man might necessarily want a different type of woman, but he settles with that woman because that woman, for whatever reason, he feels is the best decision.
Well, she might be selling with him because she done messed around and got some kids by him.
When she gets,
and then she left there by herself. If you left, if you leave her,
so the woman might as well.
So
deal
do
with
the
a
right
man.
thing as a man.
And so peer pressure. Peer pressure. He don't want nobody else to have her.
Everything y'all saying is saying that y'all might as well do this because
no, it's not might as well. You got to think. You've been with this woman for 15 years.
And you don't like her like that.
Okay, if you didn't like her like that, so why have kids with her?
Because men
you had one child with her, so why have another one?
Because men are lustful. And when it's good, it's good.
But you got to think about the woman.
That's just what it is.
That's
what it is.
That's the only thing you come to.
Then you call on Jesus, man.
So that's where the lust part come in at now. You see the lust come in where they have multiple babies with this woman that they don't really care about.
But then when she get ready to date another guy,
he don't want that.
Most of you guys don't want women with children.
Exactly. So what she do? Settle for what she has.
So my thing is, if you with this woman for this length of time, you have 2 kids, marry her.
Peer pressure.
It's not peer pressure.
Yes, it is.
But you ain't gonna do right.
Okay, if
You're
you
not gonna
had,
do right.
okay, why didn't you leave after the one child if you wasn't happy?
Because it was good and he liked it there. He liked it there.
Okay, if it was
That's
good,
love.
it can
That's
get
love.
good.
That's love.
Put Jesus in the relationship. Pray over your relationships. The Lord can work miracles.
You pray for relationships that you want.
Evidently, you want
if you
that.
only having fun with that person or whatever is going on,
well, then you should cap it.
But sometimes
in a perfect world, that's what it would be.
I feel like with stuff like that, like I feel like it's cool to be single. Cause you got to learn yourself. It's cool to be single.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Dating with a purpose, like it's cool. You date multiple women. You want to find out stuff you can deal with, stuff you can't deal with. Like me, I was feeling like I can't deal with no woman with kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never.
But you have kids.
Yeah, they cool.
But
you know what I'm saying? But I can't. How can I?
That's selfish.
It's not selfish.
It is.
Yes.
I think
because at this big age you are, you
never
ain't gonna find that many women with no kids.
Yeah, it's quite a few, but it's not that many. You know what I'm saying?
But is she a size 6?
I think another thing that comes in is like it's like sometimes when we're younger too though, it's like we have ambitions to do stuff. And then what ends up happening as you have ambitions, you talk to that person that's on that vibration where you at the time, right? That goes along with where you are at this time. But once you elevate and you get to a higher place and a higher plateau and part of your dream state that you want to manifest, you're there now. But that person is not quite there with you. So now it's kind of like now you just got stuck on the level that's kind of lower than where you need to go, and now you got to reach back that can internally pull you back down.
And you know what?
But since
that's outgrowing a person.
Yes. So if you marry somebody or you take somebody in just because you're just because for the wrong reasons, when you do elevate, it's gonna be hard to bring them back.
That's where love got to come in at.
Yes, but how many people today that have the strength to be able to do those things? Think of the man that once they get a little money, they disappear because of the fact that that woman is not the type of woman that they wanted. They aspired to have a certain type of model, a certain type of whatever in their mind that they wanted. Society. But I'm just saying, even society or not society, they have an idea of the woman that they want to have. Society or not, that's the idea of what that man wants. But on the level that he was at, he found a good helpmate or somebody that was able to tolerate what he was doing, help him along. Besides, no matter what he done wrong, they still help him and still push him through and still go through the BS with the man.
And love his dirty drawers.
Right. Just because of out of love and lust. Yeah. And then what happened is once they get to a height, the man go gets the women that they want. The woman that they want. No matter if the woman is good for him, bad for him, they get what they want. And then the woman that was there get left. But if they never make it to that if they never make it to that height, they just gonna settle with what they have. Because they're like, oh man, they don't look like a.
She's not gonna make it to that height because you done left her with 2 kids. That's why she's not gonna make it to that height because you moving on. You making more money. You feel that she's not compatible with you because she's not on your level. When y'all first started out, you had nothing.
That's both
so
ways.
If you got something, I'm sure the woman not gonna leave you.
Women do it
but
to men.
But you want a Barbie doll, and that don't exist.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. It's not real. It's not real.
Plastic surgery.
That's cool.
No, it's not. Physical is only temporary because we're going to age. If the Lord lets you see another year, you're going to age.
Gravity.
Hey, you know what? Listen. Because I was sitting back thinking, I'm like, I don't want a woman in my 20s. I don't want a woman in my 40s. So I don't care how much older I get. I would rather have a woman in their 30s. I don't know why. I was thinking that though. You know what I'm saying?
Because most women are mature at that age. They know what they want.
Yeah.
But some men at that age, they don't know what they want.
That's different.
But you know what makes
that's a difference. Like some men, I feel like I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I've been a woman for a long time. So, but. Yeah, I just feel like.
So you saying regardless what your age, you feel that you want 70, you want a 30-year-old. Well, she might not want you.
No,
gravity. Remember what I'm saying? Gravity.
Sets in, and it sets in on all levels.
So compatibility affects everything when it regardless.
Yeah, I mean compatibility. If you're not compatible to the woman, then you go your way.
All right. So to wrap it up, with y'all saying that you shouldn't have, compatibility is related to all 3 of those things. It's related to the lust. It's related to the love. Mm-hmm. All of it stems from compatibility and determining if you're gonna be within that relationship for a long time or a short time. And if we see that if it's just lust, it's not gonna go that far. And if it's just love, it's not gonna last that long.
It's not.
And if you don't have compatibility, then nothing else really counts. And then it don't make sense to really even be in that relationship without accountability.
Right. And that accountability, you gotta like each other.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to love each other. And you still got to have some kind of attraction to that person.
That unconditional love.
I agree. So yeah, that was a healthy conversation.
And thank you all for listening.
And as always, listen, I want to thank you all for tuning in for another episode of Let's Get Uncomfortable. Until next time, we say love, peace, and hair grease.